Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Cheesecake Challenge here on Slick Jimmy Speaks. We have four artists tonight with me, Slick Jimmy, on the panel. We're going to start with Humble Marty. I can't seem to get to talk to her. It's because I don't know what's going on with her there, but I can't really talk to her. So, oh well. And we have Illustrator Monk back after a couple of weeks not being here because of scheduling problems. Glad to have him back. And we also have Pablo Romero making an appearance after almost 2 months. And then we have Daniel Tech Corner. Tonight on our theme, um, it is Vamping Viking Valkyries, basically being badass biker broads, and the idea is that we're going to have our artists draw Viking Valkyries, basically on motorcycles, but they're flying motorcycles and they're picking up a dead warrior to take him to Valhalla, take him or her to Valhalla. They're not. They're not restricted to just Norse looking or Scandinavian people, so they can play around with that. And hopefully, we have some fun, interesting ideas. Basically, there we go. Let's just launch into it, and hopefully, we get some people in the chat here in a minute or so. Let's take a look if anybody's showed up so far.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like just me for now. I'm the one watching. I'm the one watching my stream.
It should be one. Well, it shouldn't be counting you. I think.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna.
I don't think it's counting you. I assume it's not counting you.
Yeah, it just says there's two people have liked and one watching now. I don't know. It seems to maybe there's somebody else besides me.
Well, I put it on.
Oh, I'm in it. I
What was
liked
that?
it. I'm on there. I liked it.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
Well, we
that.
better like it.
Oh, Humble Marty's
I like
there.
it too.
She says hi. Saw the link. All right. I don't know if Humble can hear.
Her mic is disabled today.
The what?
Her mic.
Her mic's muted right now.
Her mic's muted. Yeah. Maybe she'll start talking. I don't know what's going on with her, but hopefully, she'll be able to create something while we do
Hello.
Whoa,
There you go.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you're
Weird.
back.
Hi.
We heard you loud and clear.
Hello.
Hello,
Uh-oh.
can you hear us? Humble, can you hear us? No. Well,
Yeah, I'm back.
okay. All right. Are you listening to us through the broadcast and not through the Hangout?
Blasted sound problems.
Yeah. Well, try to hang with us. It looks like it's just the four of us and me, and you, I guess. And there's not anybody in the chat, so I don't know what's going on over there. We'll see.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, there's you, Tech. Yeah, Daniel. We have Daniel and Marty and me in the chat. Fantastic. Two watching now. Great. That's probably Marty watching as well. So how's your week been? Y'all been doing okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
For the most part, I'm just getting ready for Comic-Con next week, and just bought some groceries just to last week, and then off I go. And so I was actually working on some Naomi art, so I could take that with me to the con.
Well, that's nice. That's pretty cool. What are you working on?
Give me a second. Hopefully it's coming up now.
Coming to bruises.
Would work.
Can you see it? Yes, no, maybe someday.
1 second. Wait, let me see what you got. Oh, that's that's Yvonne. Yeah, not Yvonne. Yeah, Niobe.
Naomi, yeah.
Yeah, nice, man. Good job.
We actually want to make this big.
Sweet.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You got humbled, and I can see how the girls astride something. And Illustrator Monk, he's off to the races with his pencil, and Pablo's still got a blank slate. I think he's pondering what he's gonna do composition wise.
Flit said he got unsubbed.
What now?
Flit Amaranth said he got unsubbed.
He got unsubbed to me?
Yeah, that's what he said.
What the hell? Tell him to sub right back. I'll remod him. Son of a bitch. What the?
No, he's still modded. It just apparently it just unmodded and it just unfollowed you. I don't know. It seems to be happening a lot because it's happening on Twitter too. Because I noticed I had like at least 3 people just unfollow me out of nowhere.
A lot of those are bots. A lot of times, I mean, like on here, it's weird. I don't have that many subs for them to unsub me from. Just
Yeah, but you're not doing anything. Well, at least I don't think you're doing anything crazy. But
well, I mean, let's see. I'm not even sure how many I got overall. It's like 200 something. Not very many. What's in the channel? Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? YouTube unsubbed me from this channel. I know. What? That's weird. We got Ryan Cardinal. Yeah, I've had. He said I have had that happen to both YouTube and Twitter. That's strange. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, guys. Resub is all I can say, and keep going. Got 3 watching now. Fantastic. All right. And 2 likes. Looks like we got a quiet night here on Tuesday. But I wanted to see if I could get Illustrator Monk in here.
Sorry, I threw off the schedule for everyone.
Well, no, I mean, I don't mind bringing you in just as long as I get you going. I'd like it. I like your art. I wanted to get you back in. Now we got only 3 people. What happened to Pablo Romero?
I don't know.
Maybe he got unsubbed.
Possible, yeah. Well, maybe he'll bump back in. Hopefully, I like his art too. Yeah, it was So it's warm around here. Like I swear, when the weather gets warm, it wears me out a lot more because I'm just always hot. And I'm
Who's handling these subscriptions? Subway?
maybe.
Maybe.
Not sure. Humble, I guess, is listening with a bit of a lag through the broadcast, and yeah.
I don't know too much about motorcycles, so I'm hoping I did this right.
Well, do the best you can. That's all you can do. You don't necessarily have to be a perfect motorcycle. Again, this is a Valkyrie, so you might be able to futz around with it, make it a little more science fiction-y. Who knows? Yeah, it's one of those things that when I was younger, I was actually pretty good at drawing motorcycles. To me, it's easier than like the human anatomy when you put it in odd positions, because there's only so much you have to do with a motorcycle. You have to learn how to do the front tire and the forks and back tire, and then a little bit of the engineering. So what you're looking at, what type of engine you're putting in. And the seats and the handlebars are pretty easy to do. After that, kickstand and the pegs and whatnot. I used to be a biker back in my youth. No, it's just like for me, biking is tiring. Like I don't know, I mean, these iron riders that go for miles and miles and miles on their bike, even with your front fairing covering you with the windscreen and stuff. It's still rough on you. Like I don't have this idea. Like, let's go 1,000 miles on a motorcycle, and then you get there and you're just like, feels like the wind beat the shit out of you. I mean, seriously. And I used to drive around without. It didn't have a windscreen or anything. It was just like racer handlebars, and it was a kind of a modified intruder, so it kind of had a American style. And I drove that once 300 miles, and you can get about 300 miles on a tank, which is pretty good as long as you can go really fast, and like rev the engine, just kind of cruised. You can get pretty far on it, but still, when I got there, if you don't wear like helmet and stuff, and people ride along just with goggles. I don't know what they're thinking, because you get behind a truck or something, it'll flip up a rock and it'll smack into you. I did for summer. I drove up and back from like where I lived to Salt Lake every day, and for a job, and I got hit with all kinds of stuff, bugs, stuff, and it kind of cured me of thinking, oh yeah, this is great. And then if you don't wear stuff on you, like leather or something to cover your arms or anything, you end up getting like a major sunburn. I mean, it's just, uh, I'd wear a helmet just for that, so I didn't get a sunburn or
Okay.
windburn. So I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but I do like motorcycles as much as I seem to be like bitching about it. I do like riding around for fun, but not like huge long distances. Let's go on a cross country trip on our Harleys. Yeah.
Do you have any white box, sir?
Oh, I do. Yeah, and you're white boxed. Well, there you go. I don't mind if you put an iron cross on her, but just avoid the other.
I'm not doing it.
I'm talking to Illustrator Monk.
Okay.
Oh, it's a cross,
Okay, yeah, the iron
like
cross.
a medic helmet.
Oh, okay, like a medic. That's cool. I like that. That makes sense. I guess we lost Pablo. Huh.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put this other person, because you said it was two, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could put him on the back, you could put him in a sidecar, and there's a whole bunch of ways you could approach it. Mike Murphy said he and Selena will. He said Selena will get in there within the next week or two, and I will do my best to pop in next month. All right. I just want to know where Pablo went. He must have been having technical difficulties or something. And it's one of those nights. I guess we just have to live with it. I had a lot of people say they liked the idea, but then I guess they forgot about it tonight. That's okay. We can keep on
There's a lot of
rocking.
other streams going on right now, actually.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Dope to
Nicole.
Nail is. Sweetcast is right now.
Oh boy.
I
Well,
think even Professor Geek has one scheduled, but I don't know if he started it.
well, I guess I'll have to find another sweet spot. Running competition with the big boys and other more weighty channels than mine. Man, let's go back to the chat, see if anybody actually is coming to the stream. We got Flit still. Pablo, no, back to us. Yeah, he probably ran off to like I don't know, maybe who else was it? Was Manny doing a stream? Maybe he's doing a stream. It's possible. Oh well. And we still got 3 watching. 4 likes now though. Thank you. A little bit above parity.
5 likes.
5 likes. Oh, I'll have to refresh. See what it says. Oh, it says 4 likes, 4 watching now, 4 likes. That's what I've got. So
I got 5.
Oh, let's say.
Mm.
It's weird. The vagaries of YouTube and the internet. Yeah.
Well, they'll probably also hear me eating nachos.
Yeah, that's all right. You gotta multitask.
No, I apologize, dude. I completely forgot you were going to do that tonight, because I'm over here thinking Wednesday night.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did. I basically did. I did Tuesday to get Monk back in because I wanted some Monk's flavor.
No. I mean, it's not a problem. It's just like I said, I'm doing stuff and I completely forgot, like a dumbass.
Yeah, it's all right. So there you go. Let's see what we're doing with Humble. Humble, it looks like she's on some sort of trike. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Trike or like some sort of seated bicycle with a sidecar, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm sure that it'll take form as she goes on. Illustrator Monk is looking like she's making, I think it's a medic Valkyrie, and we will see. There's some booty taking shape, as Illustrator Monk is wont to do. He likes the booty. And go back over to Daniel. Daniel's he's got the general idea what he's going for here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens there. Yeah. Go back to the.
You may have actually given me an idea for another character.
Amaranth, Flit Amaranth says monk exploitation. Flit Amaranth is our lone stalwart here that seems to be saying anything in the chat. Maybe I should say hello, chat. Again, see if we can get in there to respond. I must be boring tonight. That might be it. I'm just not putting vibes out into the universe to attract people in here to talk up a storm. Or, like you said, there are other people doing their thing.
Well, you got to give it time, man. You're not going to build Rome in a day.
Yeah, that's true. Humble Marty says, echo. Flint Emmer says, I am the chat. Dun, dun, dun. Says we have 5 people watching now. That could be us and Flit, though, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So for sure, yeah, I'll be at Comic Con. So.
Yeah, nice, man. Are you excited about that?
Oh yeah. I mean, this will be my 3rd time going.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I'll be taking some pre-made stuff. So learning my lesson from the last year, because I try to do I try to do digital sales out there, and that didn't work out. And I'm like, okay, well, that didn't work. And
Well,
so
I've been twice, and I went for, it was a long time ago. It's back in the aughts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was back when they had like all the movie hype and all that stuff and TV hype, and I still have it to some degree, but it seemed a lot more fun. People weren't so politically correct, I guess.
Yeah.
It is now. Had a lot of fun-looking cosplayers that were sexy as all get out, and a lot of booth babes, and lots of other fun stuff that was going on. But I hear that they're really being, putting a kibosh on them now, which is kind of sad. But
Well, I know they were doing it at Anime Expo, and because somebody was like complaining that they were like censoring everybody left and right, and cosplayers were getting getting the finger. They were just they were being nagged for representation. I'm like, it's a freaking character. Let them do what the hell they want. It's like,
well, everybody's got to complain about everything now. It's just
the nature of
thing,
Yeah,
and,
it's what's it called? Outrage culture. That's what
and everybody has a problem with
everything.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on at length. It's just everything's been said already by 1,000 different commentators,
Mm-hmm.
and when I start to think about it, it just
no. But no. This year, I'm trying to be a little more proactive with what I do, and hopefully, I can get some more work out of it.
Well, I mean, I hear people talking about they want to go to cons and stuff, and like my product, I'm not sure.
No, they'll probably come to my table and tell me to take it down.
Well, I do my con, and then like if I got some girl to dress up like say Sugar, people call me out on it. People call me out on any of the merchandise. Maybe they call me out on the book itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it is anymore. I mean, like I said, in the 2000s, they would fit right in, and people would have just been fine with it. But no. People seem to want to
Be outraged all the time.
say that this is bad. You're objectifying and all this other stuff, and it is what it is.
Okay, and then like, okay, whatever. No, man.
Looking at Humbles right now.
Everything's offensive. La da 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 da. I forgot the song.
One of these days, Humble's going to figure out her audio, and we'll be able to really have a conversation. That'll be nice. Then Illustrator Monk. Oh, the booty has taken shape. The booty has taken shape. Look at that. Nice. Very pretty. And we got Daniel Tech. He's making his woman on a bike with a shield. It looks like a shield or some sort of something. Aegeus. Moving quickly. See what happens.
Yeah.
Humble. If you hear this, is there a problem with your audio? Is there a problem with your mic? What's the dealio, yo? Going back to the chat, such as it is.
Audio's on the fritz.
We kind of figured, Marty.
There's a bit of lag, but yeah.
I mean, what are you using for your microphone setup?
Fluid Amaret says people are too sensitive. Whiskey Paint's art in LGL looks great. Yeah, I know it is.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. Oh well, okay. There's your problem.
6 people watching now.
You may want to get a hardline mic and setup, because what I'm using is a Blue Yeti, and I've never had a problem with it.
I wonder where Pablo went. Maybe he found some stream that was more to his liking. I don't know.
You could have said something at the very least.
Yeah. he just dropped. I'm gone. That's all right. I'll live. Yeah. Yeah. I'm leaving big swashes of dead air here. It's,
yeah. No. I mean, it's like I said, with Comic-Con this year. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to have a little bit more go on this year, and then and hopefully I can get some more business.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Be all good.
So this year I'll have my comic out there, and I'll have stuff for Niobe, and I'm gonna clear this out.
Mike, do you ever think about going to a Comic-Con?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been to several. I don't sell stuff there. I haven't got
No.
a booth or anything, but I've been to a ton of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. San Diego got to be too expensive and too crowded.
Yeah, it's ridiculously crowded.
Yeah, I know. It's getting to that point. I may not be able to go the next year, because it's becoming to that point where it may no longer be worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was looking around locally at how much it costs. Like when they first started the Comic-Con here in Salt Lake, it wasn't that expensive for sharing a booth, but now it's gotten pretty ridiculous.
I know. Last year it was like it was in the thousands, thousand digit. Oh, good freaking god! That's a freaking expensive freaking booth.
Yeah.
For the little space that we have, you can fit like 2-3 people in it, and that's about it. And it's expensive, and but at the same time, you're getting a whole bunch of people. You're getting exposure. You're getting people from. I had this dude came. He was from. Where did he say he was from? I know he was from Japan, and he. God, no, what's she? It's not Akabra. It's It was one in the neighboring city to it. So, something like he's closer to Akihabara than he is to anything else. His city.
Well, I mean, it's one of those weird things that you know. I think that it's got with its popularity over the
Mhm.
years. It's just every con, and then I'm sure that some of the cons are cheaper, some of the more local ones.
Yeah. When they had a oh god, we have a Common Palooza here. It got expensive because they had Tom Holland as a guest,
Mhm.
and the tickets were like insane. Like yeah, like me and my brother were like, yeah, no, we're not going this year because that's expensive. it was like almost $80 just for one day for a 1 day pass. I was like, okay, is Tom Holland that expensive apparently? I guess.
Well, sometimes the one here in Salt Lake's pretty cool. I've been to it a couple of times. It's just not one of those things like I'm not like like an autograph chaser, and I don't
Mhm.
like. I mean, the people want to stand in line to talk to somebody for a while. I get it, I just, I guess for me, it's not one of those things where I have ever been starstruck. Maybe it's because I worked in the business for a while. I mean, people are people.
Well, I mean, it's not so much. I would. Is a like there. I know, like I can't. I would love to have met Stan Lee just because he started Marvel and all that good stuff. Was Jack Kirby. I would have loved to have met both of them. But the person that really got me interested into drawing would be Joe Madureira, or Joe Mad for everybody else who can't say his last name, because
Mhm.
even I can't say it right.
Joe Mad.
Um, so I would love to have a signature from Joe. He doesn't have to draw me anything. He just has signature. That's it. You know.
Yeah, and I get that. Like, it's one of those things where I understand people want to meet people. I like
Mhm.
going to the artist alley and seeing just what people have created and different artists. A lot of different local artists. We'll go and do that. One of my friends, he's not really a comic book artist, but he does all kinds of art, and he's done it several times. And he worked in the industry, like the movie industry, a lot. So the Fan X thing,
Mhm.
he's actually known quite a few of the people that would come because he worked on a bunch of films as
Mhm.
a physical artist, like physical effects and that sort of thing,
Right.
and practical,
Practical effects.
yeah. And he's you've seen his work, if you've seen stuff in the last 30 years of movies, you've seen his work.
Cool.
But yeah, yeah. Marty said she'll be right back. Oh, we're just probably taking care of the dogs or something. I don't know. Let's look at a illustrator monk. She's got little hot pants on. There we go. And she's a little motorcycle. Definitely, definitely good to see Illustrator Monk back. He's got a definitive style. Uh, then we got Daniel. He's looks like you got a sidecar going on there. Is that
Yeah.
not local to me? I thought that was Mir. Got dogs barking, cats scratching, all kinds of stuff going on. And let's go back to the chat. Foot's just hanging out in there. There's not a whole lot of people who showed up. I think Ryan Cardinal was the last one besides Flit and one of us to like actually talk in the chat. There must be a bunch of things going on tonight. Just suck the juice out of this. Humble Marty says peanut butter best mute button for dogs. Yeah.
More.
Hey Flit, you want to come on the panel? Just hang out. I'll drop you the link if you're feeling frisky. Oh, that's cute. Little what kind of warrior is this young lady that's in the sidecar?
It was one of my heroine characters.
Oh,
I figured the idea would be she's not so much dead, but she's taking a trip with the Valkyrie to Valhalla. I'm like, or not Valhalla, but Asgard, and she's like, "The fuck is going on?" Like, I can fly. I can do it myself. So the idea is she's just like there, and she has no idea how to what to do about the situation. Like she's trying to be polite, but you know,
she just jumped in the sidecar and took off with the lady.
mm-hmm.
Said we're just gonna go up to Asgard and hang out. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's how
Like
it
I
is
said,
sometimes.
you gave me an idea for a character for a character. Because the idea was a like I wanted to start my own little universe, but the idea was that I don't know I don't know if you probably have um you heard of FemForce?
Mm,
Oh my
refresh
god,
my
Jesus,
memory.
actually no. Oh, I'm sorry. This is, it basically it's a lot of female heroines together. Essentially, it's a female Avengers before female Avengers.
Oh, okay.
And then, so the idea was that a lot of this world was going to be populated was more female heroines than male. And so when they form a team, it would be a lot of the female characters together.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And so and
Reminds me of
hmm?
FemForce 5 from
Hmm?
Pulp Fiction.
Ah,
No, Fox Force 5. That's what it was.
yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what it's called. I just know it's called FemForce at one point.
Yeah, Flit can't come on. It says all my mic equipment is unhooked at the moment. Was moving stuff around this evening. Oh, likely story, Flit. Likely story.
Come on, dude, just hook it back up. Come, one of us, one of us.
Oobo gobble and stuff. Let's go back and look at the panel. Let's see what's going on with our three intrepid artists that have just deigned to stay and keep me company on this Tuesday evening. I got Humble. She's being quiet because
Christy.
of stuff going on. And then I'm seeing things take place here with her inimitable colored style on the graph paper. We'll see if that continues as we go on. Oh, look, Manny. Manny showed up.
Dude, I didn't know you were on tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Were you doing
Oh.
a stream?
Yeah, I was on ERTs.
Oh, Pablo was on here for a second and he just dropped out. I don't know where he went. Maybe the satellite or something down there in Argentina got in between, or he found a better place to hang. So
We got some Viking babes on bikes tonight, huh?
yes, that's the idea. And you can choose any type of warrior you want as the person she's taking up, and you can choose any ethnicity or style you want to put her in as a Viking, but kind of have a little bit of Viking flair to it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be completely that way.
Okay.
Choose how you want to do it. If you want to do
Cool.
a chopper or like a bullet bike, or like some sort of cafe racer, or old style just bicycle with a little teeny engine. I don't care, whatever you want to do. Tricycle.
So
No, like there's.
how long have you been on for? 30 minutes, 40 minutes? A little bit.
We've been on for 35 minutes currently.
35 minutes. All right. First of all, what we've got to do, people out in the chat, share this out. Get some people over here.
I tried to
Please.
get it out, but yeah, we don't have very many people in the chat.
Dude, you got 5 people, 6 people, 7 people tweeting it out. Bring more people over here. Let this place rocking. Let's help out Jimmy.
We got Flit and we got Trusty Sidekick. I don't know why Trusty. I sent Trusty the link, but he's not.
Trusty's over on ERTs with me. He's the one that told me that you're on.
Oh, okay. All
So I
right.
jumped ship.
It said, "Hey Jimmy, sorry I couldn't make it tonight. I had an assignment that I
No.
only just finished." Okay, well if you're not on it, you can jump on and we're do what you got, what you can do, and we're glad to have you. There we go. Humble's having problems with her audio, per usual. One of these days, Humble will figure it out. And
No,
oh,
well, if she goes gets a hardline mic and a headset, it would solve the problem because, like I said, I'm using a Blue Yeti, and it's hooked up to everything, and I haven't had a problem. And I've had this thing for about a year and a half. I've never had a problem with it.
no, sometimes it doesn't make. I mean, you got connection problems with your whatever you're using for your computer and so forth, or whatever your
Oh, Lord. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
your different devices. Flint says he doesn't want. He's not going to come on because he's boring as fuck. I doubt that. I think Flint short changes himself. I think we have 10 likes and 9 watching. Oh, nice. If you are watching and you have the ability, say something to chat. Talk at us. Give us something to John because that's always good. But if you're busy and you got other stuff doing, I understand that as well. Going back to the panel, we now have 4 great artists. Got Manny. Manny's jumping right into it. We can see the forks and the front wheel of the motorcycle. See what comes of that. Humble Marty still working on her composition. We'll see how that works. Humble definitely has a tricycle, I'm thinking.
Well, you didn't say what the bike had to actually be.
No, that's all part of the process. It looks like Illustrator Monk has added small wings in the back of his young lady. They're very cute. They're not big, flapping, voluminous wings. Yeah, maybe they grow, or she doesn't need them. Maybe they're just magical, so they can help her fly. We'll find out. And then got Daniel from Tech Corner. He's working on the face of his Valkyrie. She's got a very, very fierce look on her face coming. I think maybe we shall see. Yeah. Back to the panel. Once more into the panel. No, once more into the chat. Yeah. She knows I'd change my modulation there. I can go to my normal deep voice. I'll do my, hey, how you doing? This is how I talk when I'm trying to be smooth and sound like I'm on the radio. Trusty sidekick. Looks like I've got trusty sidekick and Flit Amrat. Those are the 2 people in the chat currently. We have 10 people watching. There's people watching apparently.
Mhm.
Trying to figure out what we're doing and what I'm doing. Essentially, everybody knows what you guys are doing. You're doing great art. I'm just trying to fill up the space with my musings and ramblings, which usually don't go anywhere. Generally. So I did this weird thing. I don't know if anybody else does this. Probably it's just me. I get on Google Maps or Google Earth and I just zoom into a place and start exploring. And if they have like street view and stuff, I'll look around, and it feels it's my form of traveling because right now I'm kind of anchored where I am, so I can't travel a lot because I used to travel a lot. It's kind of one of my things I love to do that I'm curtailed right now. But yeah, I go looking for odd things. So like when you're looking on Google Maps, you can do attractions or landmarks or that sort of thing, and it'll pop up and it'll give you a bunch of these markers, right? And you can kind of push on them and see what they are and check out stuff. And that's one of those things I do for fun, which seems like kind of pitiful when you kind of lay it out, but it's better than just sitting there and pining away for the fact that you can't travel. And I enjoy that.
Any
So
particular city you went to recently?
I was over in the Far East, and I just was because I was talking to Mior, so I was in Malaysia, and so
Oh, cool.
I go to his hometown of Ipoh, and then I'm popping around inside that town. So I pull my circle out a little bit, and see what's near what other towns that are fairly large, and then you do, like I said, you do the attractions or landmarks or points of interest, that sort of thing, and
Mhm.
they'll pop stuff up, and there'll be a long menu of things you can look at, and then I'll go and look at like the pictures and what people say about it, and then other weird things I'll do is like I'll go look for very remote places and see what's in a remote place that doesn't have any cities or anything, and see what pops up, because people will put markers on it out in the middle of nowhere sometimes in some places, and you can find weird, interesting stuff that way. And then sometimes you can't find shit because, like, you go up in the north of Canada. I mean, I guess there's a few remote outposts or settlements or something, but in general, like, there's thousands of miles of nothing. Like, you could get lost real easy up there. Same thing with like Siberia and northern Russia. I did find something very interesting. There's these lakes. When you go to St. Petersburg, if you go like 30 miles to the east, you'll hit this big lake, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's another lake just north of that. And on the shores of that lake are 35,000-year-old petroglyphs. And nobody really knows who put them there or why, but they've been there. So they're really, really old, like super old. And they go back to, glacier days. Um, some hunter gatherer tribe must have carved them into the stone there.
That's cool.
Yeah, really cool. It took me a while to find the exact location because I had to go look on Google, and you find like somewhere talking about it, and then you ask for coordinates, and then you usually find them like that. Yes, I'm a boring old man. That's why it's also come out of my day. Like, it's kind of a form of research for stories and things like that. Like that thing with the petroglyphs. I mean, you could build a story out of that. You could do a short story or add an element to another story just from something you've come up like that. Speaking of Russia, there's I'm trying to remember what part, but it's like north of Turkmenistan. There's this huge, it's very large fortress complex that's on an island out in the middle and in this lake, and nobody knows who built it or why. And sometimes I just think it's like the Great Khan put it in, like Genghis Khan, Temujin, and but nobody knows because it goes back to, they're not even sure when it was put up within like several centuries. They're not sure when it was put up. It just was there, and the remains are there, the walls and the general layout of it, which to me it's like one of these mysteries on the earth. You never know who or why or what. There's another one of those in like down in the Polynesian islands. I can't remember which one. Like, I think it's Micronesian. No, could be wrong. There's these big, huge stones somebody carved, and they made a city, and then the city was just abandoned, and it's like sitting there on this island, bunch of big monolithic blocks. Yeah, weird stuff in the world. Never know what goes on. So those are some of the things I do when I'm bored. I go, mysteries and um, uh, greatest tourist attractions in whatever area, best castles, best lakes, best water, like swimming holes, um, best scenic wonders, that sort of thing. And I put on and as I'm doing the map, I always, like, my map's just cluttered with like stars and things, places I want to go. So if I ever go anywhere, I have this like a list of things I could go see now with my Google Map. Just about anywhere I go. So no, I bored the tears out of people. 9 people watching, 11 likes. They're like, "What are you talking about? Why are you talking about this horse shit?" Because I'm trying to fill up, the air and let you guys watch great art being created. let's go back and look at the panel. We have 4 people here. We have Manny from Good Dog Press. We have Humble Marty, and we have Illustrator Monk, and finally, last but not least, Daniel Vega from Tech Corner. Let's look see what we got from Good Dog Press from Manny. Manny of Skunk Girl fame, currently on Indiegogo. He has Skunk
Mhm.
Girl out there. You can go buy his book. I would advise you to go and check it out currently. That would be great. Flit, if you want to put a link to that, that would be fantastic. We have a motorcycle that has appeared on his canvas, his digital canvas, and we'll see what goes on from there as he puts a beautiful Valkyrie on there. Let's go to Humble. Humble is it looks like she has a sheep that she's transporting, a sheep warrior, a llama. I'm not sure. Maybe a llama sheep. I'm not sure. Whatever comes out of Humble's brain, we're always surprised and delighted. Moving on to Illustrator Monk. Illustrator Monk is now putting quite a bit of ink in. We're seeing the girl take place as usual. Illustrator Monk has a penchant for the gluteus maximus, the derriere, and we thank him for it. He's also got a nice braided plate going down the back for her back. That's not like a plate that you throw or you eat off of. A plate. It's spelled Plait. Means a large braid. Moving on to Daniel Tech, as I call him often. He's going for the armor here, and she's definitely looking very very warrior princess. We're happy to see that. Love it. We got some bosom, some cleavage, and she's giving a war cry. It looks like fantastic. Yeah. Let's go back to the chat. See what's going on in our chat. Um, Look, we have Judge the Question has shown up. Definitely not Eagle 43. I will never call you Eagle 43. Judge the Question. He had one of his things retracted. Anything to say?
He basically said the same thing, and then he kind of erased it.
Okay, all right. Lady Celtic Moon. Okay, passing thought. Like, shared, and good night. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And go with God. Flit Hamlet did put the Unbreathable Skunk Girl link to everyone out there. Go check it out. Definitely. It's a great, fun comic that I think everybody will enjoy. It's kind of tongue in cheek. It's kind of a send up of the unbearable skunk girl. No, I mean the unbearable squirrel girl. Messed up. Did I say unbearable? Unbeatable? Whatever.
Well, she's still unbearable, but
Yeah, she's the unbearable squirrel girl. But yeah. Go check that out. Other things that are out there right now. Currently, we have Niobe #1 remastered, new cover, all kinds of fun stuff from Larry Higgins from up in Canada. He's got his book out there, so go check that out. Of course, for those who have not seen my book is currently in demand. You can go see it. Little Girl Lethal. Did have another couple people buy the book today, back the book. Appreciate that. If anybody happens to listen to it and enjoy creating, we are currently trying to get that stuff done. The last pages that need to get done by Troy Torres, and he's working hard on that. And then we'll get it all formatted, and I'll get the lettering done, hopefully to everybody's satisfaction, and then we'll get it into the printer as quickly as we can after that. Flit Amrit says, no unbearable squirrel girl. Oh, yeah, no unbearable squirrel girl was correct. I agree. Judge the question, definitely not Eagle 43. It sent the emoji message twice. Huh. Strange.
yeah, like I said, he put the same message twice.
Very strange. Very strange. Any of the besides Manny, do any of you guys have comics that you're putting out there? How about you, Illustrator Monk? You working on something?
Yes. I am currently working on Tales from the Stacks with
Oh yeah,
Professor Geek.
Tales from Stacks from Professor Geek. Professor Geek has a great comic out there. Been very successful. Very happy for his success and for Illustrator Monk to be involved in that. I think that's something I put my money back behind that, and I'm glad that I did, because obviously I'm going to get work from Illustrator Monk, and that's a good thing. There's other people involved in the project as well. Professor Geek has always been helpful in getting people's works out there and their projects. So if you get a chance, go and sub to his channel, Professor Geek. Good guy, very knowledgeable about a lot of things, and he is actually a professor. That's just not him being assuming the mantle. Yeah. So yeah. Thanks, Flit, for putting the little girly thought there as well as Niobe #1 remastered. Yeah, let's we got 12 likes, 10 watching now currently. Thank you for those 10 people that are hanging out and listening to me palaver and watching these great artists create art for our entertainment, as it were. Beautiful work as always. Let's go back to the panel, check out what's going on. One more. Let's look at Manny. Manny's he's putting together. We got a girl now on top of the bike. Let's see what happens. Just to let you know, Manny, it's not just a Viking girl. He's the Viking is also taking a warrior back up to Valhalla. So just letting you know. So you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it. She was gonna lounge on the bike. Now I gotta rethink this.
Well, this could be the warrior, and then you could have another Valkyrie. The Valkyrie could be behind her, going, "Come on, baby, it's time to go. It's time to rest and then party a little bit, because that's what we do up in Valhalla until Ragnarok." Humble Marty is she's continuing on. We see she's got a big old battle axe. We got a big horned helmet with a visor. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We can't hear her very well tonight because she's having technical difficulties, but she is here, bringing her very cute flavor of stuff. Yeah, she's pulled out so we can see what's going on. Is that like a sled bike? It looks kind of like I'm not sure. Is that a vacuum bike? I'm not sure what we got going on there, but it's coming on like a hurricane. Yes, it should be to quote the Scorpions. Moving on to Illustrator Monk. Illustrator Monk is really putting in the inks now, as we can see. Got a little crop top and some booty shorts, and she's astride a bike. I don't know if he's going to get the other character in there, the other person he's taking home. She's taking home, but we'll see where he's going with this, and we'll see. See, Daniels, he's putting in some inks, and he definitely has another character over there who seems sort of surprised or alarmed at the adventure she is on with this Valkyrie. And going back to the chat, see what's Humble Marty, a vacuum bike, vacuuming up the miles. Okay, that's what she says. Definitely a vacuum bike, keeping that Great Hall of Valhalla clean. She's a good girl. Cat, go away. I love you. Go away. Go away. Damn cat. No, she just jumped on. I didn't.
It's a cat. He's gonna do it. It's
Friggin' cat.
the cat's gonna do it once.
Go away, Tabernacle. Go away. Go. That's Tabby Tabernacle. He's definitely a cat with a personality. He's very stubborn, extremely stubborn cat, but he's a good boy. I'd share him with you, but you'd have to look at me, and that would ruin your night. I'm just telling you right now. Going back to the panel one more time. Let you guys know we are coming up on about an hour and 7 minutes or so.
Oh, since I will be at Comic-Con, I will have physical copies for Naomi and Skunk Girl. It's a print poster.
That's cool, man.
And with Manny's permission and Larry's permission, and so I'll have a few of those on the table. Unfortunately, this year I don't have enough money to get like 1,000 or so of anything.
Well, that's
And,
cool. I mean, it is expensive to do prints.
Yeah, of anything.
Yeah. And even if you're doing the cheap paper, it's not that inexpensive. I mean, you just, it is what it is. Oh, tell you what, without, I usually have a fan on me and, have air conditioning in the front room, but man, without the fan, I'm sitting here, I'm quite warm. Just telling you. And Utah's getting warm. They say next week Utah is supposed to get in the like triple digits, which makes me so happy. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, y'all noobs. In Texas, we deal with that shit all year long, man.
That's why I don't live in Texas, man. I said Texas is great, all this Texas stuff, and I go there and I'm just like, this is just muggy hell. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, no, because I've heard that like we have some, apparently we have some New Yorkers coming here and like, well, they're in for a trip. They're gonna find out the hard way. the Texas is unforgiving when it comes to weather.
It's
you're a long way from home.
every time I've been there, I mean, I like the people. They're really fun. The food's great. But it always is hot. Like I've never been there when I've like been like, this is nice and temperate and I can I get there and I'm like, I can't stop sweating until you go into like an air conditioned place. I'm like, yeah, Texas, it's great, fantastic.
I can hear your enthusiasm for it.
Well, that's most of the South during the summer. Oh my gosh, the entire South is like, wow.
Are you kidding me? That's almost everywhere. I think the only exception is like maybe we go to the Panhandle. Maybe.
Well, I mean, what I'm talking about is the real difference is not necessarily heat; it's the humidity that goes with the heat. So even if you're sweating, you're really not cooling off. You're just sweating and adding to the sticky mugginess of it.
Yeah, people look at me. I've had a tourist look at me funny because I'm wearing a long sleeve and he's in shorts and he has lotion and everything. Like, dude.
Marty says enthusiasm, and then a little emoji. Enthusiasm, yes. There's times though, like around here, if you ever want to cool off here, generally you can go up into the canyons, somewhere around dusk, and because of the convection of the mountains, you'll get these breezes, and actually it cools off pretty good, unless it's really hot, like up above like 110 or so. Then there's no relief unless you have unless you actually have air conditioning. There's just or you're living in like a uh, I'm blanking on the type of house. You have to not stucco.
Stucco.
No, it has really thick walls and they make them out of mud.
Adobe.
Adobe. There we go. Yeah, if you have an Adobe house it's got really thick walls, then you will definitely not be too bad. Yeah. The judge the question says yes, humidity is awful. You are correct. It's really weird too. Like I lived back east for a little while and sometimes the humidity would get such that it wouldn't rain, it would just mist. And then you'd walk down the street and the next thing you know you're like sopping wet and you haven't done anything. You just kind of walk through the mist. And I always found that it's interesting, but it's also kind of annoying because no matter what you're wearing, you're just covered in water. Bullet says justice for Rick. Yeah, Rick got justice here. Rick got justice on our show. Somehow. And yeah,
happened?
so there you go. It happened. 13 likes, 10 watching currently. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know that this might get boring. It's not the free for all fest of other streams, but definitely try to make it a place that people can come and have a good time. And what does this say? But not on DNQ drawn and quartered fan whatever fan show.
Fan edition.
Fan edition, that's what it is. Yeah, well, yeah, poor Rick.
Rules are rules.
Yeah.
Pixel Trader show. It's a great show. It shows a lot of the up and coming artists, and it was called. So we just got to stick with what Pixel Trader said. It's his show.
Flit says, "Don't worry, Bullet. Unlike Booster, I won't ban you." And Booster says, "Thanks, Flit. I appreciate it. I don't want anybody banned on here unless they're being ridiculously bad behaved. You know, everybody should be able to banter and have a little bit of fun. But you know, you start throwing Molotovs. Maybe I want people to mellow out a little bit. You know?
Well, I have a Picardo channel, and I've never banned anyone in the 13 years I've been running it.
Well, strangely enough, I've only blocked one thing, and it was an actual bot. Like after a little while, it was obviously a bot, and
Well,
that's
yeah.
so I don't believe in blocking people. I usually can handle. They're if they start giving me a little bit of stuff, it's not hard for me to mitigate that. And if they want to block me or mute me, I don't know why they would, because I'm never really that confrontational. No, that's fine.
No, I mean, I'm because like on Twitter, the only people I've ever blocked or well, not blocked but muted were politicians, just mainly because I didn't want to see the politics on my stream. Like,
well, there are definitely certain politicians that I see running through my feed on Twitter, and my eyes really have to roll hard, you know, generally speaking. And that's fine. I do have to say, when it comes to politics these days, and I don't want to get too deep in it, but wow, there's some crazy ideas.
Oh. No, but in any case, let me pull you back the other way. I do, like I said, I do have a Picardo channel. I've been running that for 13, maybe longer than that. So if you go to Picardo, Picarto, and you look for tech, you'll find me there. I can give Flint the link if he wants, or someone gives the link to Flint. And
you probably have to give it to him, because I don't know what you're talking about. So
it's basically like YouTube, but in that instant, we could actually do things like play music. Well, we won't get copy strike for stupid shit.
Bullet, are you mostly trolling? Are you always trolling? Are you trolling me right now? Because I want to know, Bullet. Do I have to bite the bullet? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
10 people watching currently. We did have 11 for a second there. Still 13 likes. Appreciate the likes. No downvotes. Great. Fantastic. Knock on wood. You never know.
You're gonna have somebody who's gonna. Oh,
yeah.
I see boobs.
Somebody's gonna pop in and go, is that cleavage? Oh my gosh, that is so objectifying. Toxic masculinity and all that sort of shit.
No.
As people know, and who know me, I'm not a huge fan of this current iteration of feminism. And so if you get me on that, I will probably talk about it a little bit. But generally, it's like spitting in the wind, say, especially on Twitter, you know. But I'm just hoping the current zeitgeist will blow over, and people will go back to actually having, their brain function normally. We shall see. I'm not sure. I think social media might have completely bent civilization's gestalt brain into some sort of weird, malformed experiment. You know,
Did you hear the ruling?
What was that?
Did you hear the ruling against a certain person about the First Amendment, about blocking people? So now that is considered a First Amendment right, essentially blocking anybody is actually against
Well, I personally think that these companies, Google, and YouTube by extension, Twitter, Facebook, need to shit or get off the pot. Either they are a platform or they're a publisher, and they cannot be both. So if they're a platform, then it is a public square, and they cannot ban. They cannot. They have to go by the definition of the First Amendment as to what is free speech, and hate speech needs to go out the window. Or they become a publisher, and then they are responsible for everything everybody says on platform on their current business model. Let's put it that, because it can't be a platform like the phone company. Not all phone companies are platforms, so whatever's communicated on there isn't subject to people. My brain's not working. Being litigious lawsuits and so forth. So yeah, what we got here? Humble Marty says, "Wow, I make a funny looking toxic masculinist. You do make a funny looking one."
A note of warning to those who go to my channel on Picardo. I apologize, Jim. It is not safe for work. So if you do pop into the stream, be sure you're at home or somewhere where someone's not gonna get mad at you. Because I guarantee you, if you do this at a work or in front of family, I guarantee you're gonna get in more trouble than I can help you out of.
Okay, well now everybody knows Daniel makes porn. Daniel.
Okay, I'm on the soft end of that.
Daniel, Flint Amber asks, what's your name on Picardo? Again, I'll look it up real quick, and he just says tech. Okay, it says tech. Okay, so those want to go look it up. Tech want to see Daniel doing his porn. Go look that up.
I'm trying to do any of that.
Michael Beacon. The ruling that Trump can't block people on Twitter is going to backfire on the social media giants hard. This may be true. 11 watching currently, 13 likes. Nice to have you here, Michael Beacon. Thank you for showing up.
No, I was trying to keep his name out of the channel, so just in case YouTube is actually watching.
We also have
they can't kick Jim off of it for talking stuff.
Right. We also thanks for showing up, watching. I hope we're not boring you to death. At least me. I know the artists are not boring you to death. They're doing beautiful, wonderful, fabulous work. Let's go back to the panel and check on that beautiful, fabulous work. Well, here we got Manny. Manny's he's working hard. Working hard to put together this theme. He always comes in a little bit late and then has to scramble. But sometimes he really does some beautiful stuff. Going to Humble, she's putting in some blue. Ooh, look at that. And we've got the Valkyrie on her vacuum bike and the llama sheep. I think it's a llama. I think I'm going to go with llama or sheep. I don't know. She'll have to tell us. But she's going with the blue palette. Yeah, definitely. And let's go over to Illustrator Monk. Illustrator Monk is definitely bringing what we like here on the Cheesecake Challenge. He believes in the show, I can tell. And Daniel Tech Corner. Currently working on a sword for our Valkyrie. She's riding in on a cloud of, I don't know, exhaust or fire. I don't know. We'll see as it goes on. Back to the chat. What does it say? I think Manalicious is boring at times. Oh, Ortiz. Be nice. Be nice.
He's angry because I left his show to come on your show.
Well, sometimes it's you gotta. It's between the devil and the deep blue sea, a rock and a hard place. It is what it is. Since it's NSFW, that's what Flint Amaranth says. Yep. Oh, so is it okay to link it in the chat? I don't have a problem with you linking it in the chat because if you just make sure that people know. So when they link,
that's why I mentioned it now. It's like if you come to you come to these, because usually I'll do them between 5 p.m. to about 10, 11 ish, give or take, and usually and they're on Mondays and Thursdays. And then the cool thing about it is that you can do like a multi-stream. So I can be streaming, somebody else can be streaming, and you can watch like two streams together.
I see, definitely.
Because it doesn't have anything like. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. Go for it. It's your show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is my show. Oh, I forgot. Okay, since it is NFW, that's fine. We're all big kids here, I guess.
It's not that terrible the way Jim is making it sound. It's
That's right. You can, the nipples are just hard enough to hang your clothes on. It's not too bad.
My
Oh Lord.
Oh my lord.
ERT says, man, he pleaded with me, so I let him come here. Come over. Bullet says that we have a lover's quarrel between Manny and ERTs. It's a lover's quarrel.
No, the only lover's quarrel I ever has is between me and a booster.
Well,
Yeah.
Hetero life mates.
Yeah.
Across the world. Trusty sidekick, Manny's in promotion mode. He's got to share the skunky love. This is true. Everybody go out and check out Skunk Girl, the unbreathable Skunk Girl on Indiegogo currently right now. People tend to love Skunk Girl once they see her because she's got the vibe, she's got the thing, she's got that je ne sais quoi. And everybody wants to dig in, drink in her essence through her olfactory glands. Yeah.
Alrighty then. I don't want to hear
Mm-hmm.
about me doing porn.
Foot Amaranth. Check out Daniel's Too Hot for YouTube Picarto channel. Not safe for work, folks. Be careful. You might get a spontaneous boner that puts your eye out. Never know.
Oh man, y'all gonna ride this one tonight.
It's like a Red Ryder BB gun. None bigger than Manalicious. That's what ERT says. ERT's he's none bigger. He's swinging. He's swinging it hard. Bullet says, be sure to offer a generous reach around. This is true. Yeah, rusty trombones are welcome. ERTs, yeah, he does love him some booster.
My wee oil burb.
Yeah. I'm glad Manny didn't say anything about the rusty trombone. Probably doesn't know what it is, and it's better.
Oh Lord!
Oh Lord! Foul! I call foul.
You call foul. 11 watching currently for up to 14 likes. Thank you for hanging out, fellas. And if there's ladies out there, thank you. Appreciate it. We do have one lady on the panel, the lovely Humble Marty, who is currently making a vacuum bike with a llama and a Valkyrie. So let's go back to the panel once more. Panel. Got Manny. Manny's continuing to put together his composition, and it will take form and shape soon enough. We got Humble's working on it. Got a cute llama. I'm not sure what the llama is. Is it a llama, a goat, or a sheep? I'm not sure.
Looks like a sheep. Because Thor came in on goats.
Yeah, he had two goats that pull his thing.
Yeah.
Pull his chariot.
Thing? Oh my Lord!
He'd pull his thing. Yes, it's
wow.
We know where your head is at, Manny.
Oh Lord, we're all going to help. Okay.
We're having fun, right?
We're having fun. That's the idea. What? Did somebody got a vacuum on? Did Humble Marty put on the vacuum? What was that? What was that? Goodness gracious. We have who's Ryan?
Hello there.
Is that Ryan?
It is.
Ryan.
Well, I'm going to let you know what you have. You have less than an hour to get something done. So I suggest you launch into it, and we're glad you're here.
I'll figure something out.
Fantastic. Ryan, refresh me on who you are exactly.
Well, I'm Ryan Cardinal. I'm the creator of Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone, which is on Indiegogo right now. I usually show up in Manny's stream and kind of just float around here and there when I can.
Well, thanks for coming on in.
Hey,
Flit, can you find? You currently on Indiegogo right now, so if he can find a blood and what?
Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone. So if you just put in Kayas, it'll come up.
Kayas, Caius of Blood and Stone. Flit, if you could please put that in the chat, that would be great. Thank you. Oh, look, that's a great skunk girl we got going on there.
Yeah, I was doing some sketching for Manny here.
Nice, good stuff. Let's go over to Tech, see what he's doing. Big boobs. Daniel likes big boobs. See, we got Illustrator Monk. He likes the booty, and he likes some very cute, perky busts. But Daniel
Because that's what I'm getting asked for commissions, man.
he loves it. You know, this is the type of girl that could put her drink in between her boobs and suck on a straw.
Pretty much.
One of those things. Have you seen that going around? That's crazy.
I don't know how that got started, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's better than the going around opening stuff up and licking it.
Oh, I know. What the hell?
Oh, that's so savage.
Man, if I saw somebody do that, I'd have to go over and hit him in the back of the knee and make him fall over. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Laying on the ground. Oh, I'm sorry, I stepped on your hand and then held you there.
I don't know. It's like,
isn't the first one that did it is that black chick that is very
I think they arrested her or something, or they found her anyway.
Yeah. Talk for a second. I gotta deal with something real quick. Sorry.
Back to
As it goes to silence.
Radio silence.
How you doing, Ryan? I got some questions for you after the show, so stick around, please.
All right.
all right.
Doing good.
Simple questions. I just need some help on my Indiegogo.
I don't know if I'm the guy to ask.
You are the guy to ask because you gave the information to my wife, but
okay.
Yeah. It's the thing is I haven't been talking with my backers. I haven't been doing updates with them. I need to do that. I know that's a big part of doing Indiegogo. Keep them.
Yeah, that's part of. I want to do another one, but I'm the worst when it comes to being a social butterfly.
I'm the same way. Like any kind of commitment where it's like online stuff, I'm just like, man, more stuff I have to do.
Well, that's a big part of your thing is you got to keep them engaged.
Yeah,
you got to keep them updated. Yeah, so.
Well,
right,
I mean, okay.
Especially now that it's had it in a show, launched. Everybody was into it on the first couple of days, and now it's like they forgot about it. So you got to engage them again.
Yeah,
you got to be pretty much like a broken record because you got to remember things like Twitter, because the feed happens so fast. If somebody's not there in the first minute or two to catch it, it's gone.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things that you can do to set stuff up. Like TweetDeck is really awesome. If anybody is using TweetDeck for helping with their campaign, you can pretty much set it for like the next 24 hours and forget it.
Well, because I do have a comic. It's done. It's on my website. If you go to my website, you go under comics, you're gonna find it. It's the only thing there. It's the only thing there. It's in black and white with a cover, and it's $350.
Well, that reminds me, I have to do an update soon.
Hey, Pablo made it back.
Indiegogo. So
Pablo. Hello, my name's Pablo.
Pablo did come back. Pablo
Romero.
He's quiet. He's very quiet. He sneaks in. That sneaky Argentinian sneaks in, comes in with.
I like his style.
Stealthy Argentinian. All right. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? We have 6. Nice panel so far. I will give I'll give another 10 minutes since we had a couple people come in late and just because.
Which time do we actually have?
Currently we have about with 10 minutes, probably about 50 minutes. So yeah, I add another 10 minutes.
Scrambling.
Yeah.
This time.
So yeah, if you guys get to any color, that's great. But I understand, especially those who got here late, it's going to be a rough go of it. But yeah, for those who don't understand, this is a Valkyrie on a motorcycle. If you can try to do that with a second figure who is a warrior that they're taking home. Now, I realize those who got here late, that may be biting off a bit more than you can chew, but do your best. That's all I have to. And that's my basic requirement. I'm not a stickler for all that stuff, but yeah, it is
You're
what it
not
is.
drill sergeant for it.
Marty, you okay in there? She'll eventually hear through the broadcast. See what she's doing. Ooh, look at that big blue battle axe. Double-headed battle axe. That is very large. It's very large. We got Manny. He's going at it aggressively, and we shall see what happens here soon. Illustrator Monk is. I'm only seeing black on Illustrator Monk. Huh.
Sorry. Let me fix it.
It happens. Pablo's jumping into it.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Definitely pretty stuff, man. Pablo is jumping into it. We see a face taking a form. Pablo kind of has like that 80s style comics girl, and very long-limbed, very distinctive style. And yeah, it looks like he's going for the kind of the bullet bike, kind of fairing cafe racer kind of look things. Yeah, nice. Look at that. Ryan is he's got a very statuesque young lady taking shape. We'll see if he adds the motorcycle. We'll see. We'll see if he adds anybody slung over the motorcycle as a dead warrior. Who knows how it will turn out with Ryan. Ryan, what's your last name again?
Cardinal, just like the bird.
Oh yeah, you were in the chat. Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan Cardinal. Thank you for jumping in. Very, very pleased that you jumped on.
Yeah,
And then fun. You're welcome anytime. Any of you who I'm full up on my cheesecake chat, so I might have to clean out some people who haven't come on in forever. Maybe I can put you in there, or you can be in Manny's his wraparound group, and I can drop it in there occasionally.
Yeah, that's how I got it in there.
Yeah.
What was that, Manny?
He's in the wraparound group. He's on the cover with us.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I hope you don't mind if I drop the chat in there. I don't want to. If it steps on your toes, then I'll obviously go for Manny's first before mine anytime.
Yeah, Ryan's character is taking the selfie of little girl Lethal. It's the rooster. A lecherous rooster that's having fun taking a picture of little girl Lethal. Mm-hmm.
Well, most people do have fun with little girl Lethal one way or the other until she gets upset.
No, they don't.
But they don't.
And then, yeah. Exactly. Let's go back to the chat for a moment, check out and see if anybody's in there. Currently 12 people watching, 14 likes. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. No downvotes. I'm still knocking my head, knocking on wood. Trusty Sidekick says Pablo. Okay. And Flute Hammer says, engage us harder, Manny. Engage us harder.
Huh?
Maximum engagement.
Yes, that's right. Maximum engagement. Flute Hammer says, Pablo, he came back. Oh, joy. And then Flute Hammer also says, you can check out Daniel's book, Shattered Crown, Tales of the Seven, right here on Vega Designs, Squarespace.
Yeah, I just went around the Indiegogo thing and just like, you know what, let me just put it on there and see how it goes.
Flute Hammer asked, where's El Guapo to draw and shill his book? That's a good question. Very good question.
Yeah, El Guapo went to sleep early tonight. Yeah,
he does realize he has a book he needs to shill, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is when you're doing your campaign. It's a second job. It really is, and you kind of have to burn the candle at both ends. That was my experience. But I mean, we each do ours our own different way. Flit Amaranth's, sorry, Bullet, the illustrated Ted Danson. It must be something I'm not privy to. 76 pages. ERTs, good question, Flit Amaranth. Yeah, that is a good question. But yeah, he's probably snoozing away. He has kids too. I believe El Guapo has children, so that might be something that would take precedent. I understand that completely. Bullet Coffee Table Book, 2020 Fall. Okay, right on. The Ted Danson story. Is that something I'm missing? Is that a joke I'm not privy to?
I'm not sure here.
Yeah.
As long as there's Whoopi Goldberg involved, I'm in.
Oh boy.
Boy.
I used to find her funny. Now I just find her sad.
Well, yeah, her and Ted Danson used to date at one point.
I know that's a weird combo there. Yeah. Well, maybe she had skills that we don't know about.
Well, the first name is Whoopi, so
Yeah, definitely. She's a very angry woman now. That whole View panel or whatever is it the View or the Talk that she's on? I can't remember. But
I think it's The View.
They're very angry people.
They're all very, very upset.
Yeah, I mean, like you find footage of each one of them back in the day when Trump was on, doing his show. They're all like, he's Trump. Oh yeah, blah blah blah, and have no problem with him. And all of a sudden, he becomes president of the United States for the Republicans. And apparently, he was the devil in disguise. He really was. Yeah. But they sure did love that Clinton. That Clinton who took so many plane rides with Jeffrey Epstein.
Man, that Epstein stuff that just came out is just like, oh man.
Well, it's been out for a while.
Oh yeah, but the fact that it's actually moving forward now.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised when he seemed to got a sweetheart deal. I was like, oh yeah, New York, there you go, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think anybody who does that they need to be brought to justice, and anybody that has whatever they find to dig up, man, that's draining the swamp or digging out the latrine. I don't know, whatever. Again, I'm getting off into politics, so you have to I apologize profusely. Politics.
Yeah, back to TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, TNA. Just let's stay with the TNA because politics just sours the milk. Humble is putting in the Bifrost Bridge. I forgot about the Bifrost Bridge. It was supposed to be an element, but if you can get to it, great. If you can't, I realize that it's tough. But Humble certainly is putting that in. Fantastic. And the nice thing about the Bifrost Bridge, it has nothing to do with a certain identifier. So, yeah, it's just the Bifrost Bridge. Oh, I like that. I like the death head there. That is so cool. Good job, Illustrator Monk. Very good. Very good. Pablo Romero, let's see what you're doing. Oh, it's taking shape. Things are moving progressively quick. Nice. I like it. Feeling that. Beautiful. And we got Ryan going with quick sketch style. We'll see what takes place as he cleans it up. Be beautiful. Definitely got the horned helmet on. Very nice. It's like iconically actually not really very Viking, but
yeah, I know.
It is now. Like, I don't know where that came from. It must have come from like the football team or something. But they were very nondescript weapons and armor for the most part. Very utilitarian stuff that they were. You guys ever watched that Viking show? I mean, not the one that's on History Channel, but the Norse. Is it the Norse? It's the one that's made in Norway. It's like a half-hour comedy, but it's like freaking brutal. People dying all the time, and like this dry Norwegian humor. It's pretty funny. Maybe it's because I'm mostly Scandinavian that it appeals to me. I don't know. Then there was the same group of people who did that same show did Lilyhammer. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's about a New York gangster that goes to Lilyhammer, place where they held the Olympics, and starts his kind of his own gang and nightclub there because he's in like witness protection program.
Yeah,
And,
everybody's like a nice person, and then he comes in and he just changes the demographic of everything.
well, he kind of like he finds the ill element there, and then kind of takes over. It's kind of funny. It's like a Sopranos meets some Norwegian show.
Some Norwegian show. I love the way you some Norwegian show.
Because I'm not really that familiar with Norwegian shows. Well, the guy who's in it he was in the Sopranos. I can't remember his name right now. Gus Van Sant. Yeah. No, something Van Sant. Yeah, I'm getting old. My steel trap is welded together now with the rest. It's terrible. 11 watching currently, 14 likes. What we got going on in the chat? She will be and Ted in blackface. Okay. Guess that's referring to Whoopi and Ted. That was from Bullet. E. Ortiz, I think he has 9 kids. Ted Danson has 9 kids? Guys went busy. Whoopi has a generous reach around. That's
Oh man.
Way.
Oy vey. Okay. Has anybody ever wondered if Whoopi is actually like Jewish with a name like Goldberg?
It's probably isn't like a stage name.
Yeah, it probably is.
Probably not her actual last name.
Maybe. But you never know. E. Ortiz, once again, the whole view panel used to date Manny Licious. They are bitter because he broke their hearts.
Really?
Oh.
Wow.
Yep. They are very sad you're gone. They're like, where's Manny?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, the show is actually named after Manny when they all looked at The View.
Oh, Lord.
Trusty Sidekick said EU. I guess that's in regard to the reach around Whoopi's reach around. ERT says, what can I say? Manny Licious was a playa. Was. And then he also says Lilyhammer was so weird. Yeah, it is. It takes a while to get to like it. It's not as weird as some anime I've watched, though. And I just watched one called Kill a Kill.
Kill a Kill is awesome.
And like the visuals are interesting, and it you got a sexy girls and stuff, but half the time I just don't know what the hell's going on. Like it takes me a while. I understand, but the world, I'm not sure what is going on.
The fact that you're still trying to wrap your head around it, even describing it, is an explanation on how whacked out it is.
Yeah, you're watching it going, okay. Like if I tried to explain it here, first of all, people would probably tune out really quickly because they'd be like, "What is? How is he? Does he? Is he?" I think he's schizophrenic. That's what. Because like it doesn't make any sense. Like they go to this school, right? And the school somehow is on this huge mountain city building. I don't know what it is, but it's the top of it, and like the school runs the city. And if the kids do really good in school or like move up in the echelons of the school, then somehow they get richer. I don't know how that works. And then like there's a faction of guerrilla warfare people that are from a place called Nudist Beach, or they call themselves Nudist Beach because they don't believe in clothing. And then the clothing has like special outfits. The uniforms for the school have special threads or some shit in it, like life
thread.
And these life threads give you superpowers, and it's all set in Japan, like I guess another alternate universe, Japan. and somehow this one chick runs the school, but she's like the student body president. So that I don't know what the staff do. There's a principal and professors, but they just seem to like, you know, they don't really have anything to do with the story. And then the students beat the shit out of each other on a regular basis for power and prestige. And then there's this one chick. Her father was working on making these scissors that could cut life threads, whatever the hell that means. And then like he made like an outfit for his daughter, apparently that was made entirely of life threads.
That is sentient.
That talks to her. And then when she puts it on, it's pretty skimpy in the first place. It's like a little short mini skirt and like a cut halter top with some, with sailor. It's a sailor outfit with some suspenders on the skirt, and then she has like regular combat boots and stuff. But when she clicks it on to like do its evolution, it becomes like ridiculously slutty, and they make a point of pointing that out. And like then you're like, the father made this thing for what the fuck?
The show is just fucking insane.
And then you watch it and like
all the way through. I'm like,
it's like insane. And then like half the time it just makes like asides. She lives with this family because she's basically an orphan now, but she lives with the family of this girl who kind of made herself her best friend, and now they're like you know, they live the best friend is like her mitigating factor so that she doesn't go too ape shit. Yeah, and then there's, I don't know, and then the main bad girl looks, she's in like a little mini dress, and she's very aloof and like aristocratic and, you know, authoritarian. But then when she switches on her, you know, suit that's made out of life threads too, it becomes ridiculously slutty as well. But for some reason that's okay because she's majestic and all this other stuff. And anyway, if you watch it, if you watched it on drugs, I think it might be really good if you were watching it on acid, because you'd be just like, what the hell is going on? But there is like, you know,
it is an actual story, but
there's an actual story, but the story's pretty loose, and you know, there's a lot of fan service and panty peeks and, you know, bouncing boobs and you know, but not being too bad. It's not ridiculous, but it is ridiculous at the same time. So that was the one I've been watching lately, and just like, what the fuck? And then the one I liked really a lot was like, what was that gun something? It's a fuck. They go to it's like a virtual reality thing where they go in and they shoot each other with guns, and it's like really good. Like the art is awesome.
Sword Art Online, or
Sword Art. It's the like it's
second season, right?
Yeah, it's kind of it's not even second season. It's like a continuation, the gun one of the Sword Art Online
instead of the swords.
Yeah, and it's really good. Like Sword Art Online is really good. That was actually pretty good story. And the other thing is that it never had chibi. Chibi drives me crazy. Like you'll be watching like oh fuck,
the super deformed type.
Well, no, I'm like, you'll be watching Full Metal Alchemist, and then it'll go to chibi for some fucking reason. Like in the middle of a really dramatic scene, and then all of a sudden somebody like you know, Alphonse will flip out and he'll be chibi for a second, and just like jars me completely out of the story.
It's supposed to be for comedic purposes. Sometimes
I know what it is for, but it's just very Japanese in its approach.
Yeah, it's very low-hanging fruit storytelling.
Yeah, and for me, it really does. It just knocks me out, as opposed to like a nice little quip or something like, you know, like a little bit of dark humor in a very, you know, hard situation. That's what I like better. It's better writing anyway. 10 people watching, 15 likes. I've probably been boring the shit out of people with my rant about anime.
You know what? You did a really good job of explaining Kill la Kill.
Well, and I'm just briefly outlining the madness that is that show. Like,
yeah, you haven't even got to the point where the terrorists don't wear clothes. Yeah,
the terrorists don't wear clothes for some fucking reason.
Not be controlled by their clothing. The clothing, because I watched this series all the way through. and I'm like, if you haven't made it to the end yet, you're gonna wait for it. You're gonna be what the fuck?
Yeah, man,
No,
it actually gets so crazy at the end.
now see, like with One Punch Guy, when like that, he never really goes to chibi. He just goes to like simplistic art as opposed to really well rendered art, and I
I,
kind of like that.
I do
Well,
like it because it's very deadpan.
Yeah,
well, the thing is that the art is supposed to mimic the art of the original artist for
yeah,
the
I know,
series.
and like I've actually bought them. I like One Punch Man so much, I went and got the mangas because
So good.
Yeah, but
just good. Like it's funny. It makes me laugh. I mean, they're funny. They're
Have
really
you
funny.
have you read one of the latest ones where Prairie Prisoner is fighting the giant porcupine guy?
I have not seen that, and I
Oh
have
my
to get that. I need to like go and sign up for Hulu and watch the second season. I thought it would come to Netflix, and I still have my Netflix thing, which a lot of people are like, I've got my own Netflix, but I'm like, I still have it. I'm just
I got rid of it mainly because I'm just trying to cut down on what my expenses.
well, yeah. I mean, that doesn't bother me too much. I don't have a whole lot of expenses. I'm a pretty frugal guy when it comes to things. I mean, comics are my one of my few vices
I
in
am
the
a commission
world.
artist. This is literally right now. This is my only job.
Well, it's always Dunkin' Fries, bud.
Which is funny because I did actually go for a part time job, and apparently I'm being too damn slow.
Do you have a
How the
car?
huh?
Do you have a car?
Yeah,
Do you have a good license? I mean, good record.
I better.
Then go deliver pizza, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's tons of awesome delivery jobs all over the place where you don't even have to do pizza.
I mean, yeah, you could work for Uber. There's Uber Eats. There's a whole bunch of like Lyft has that other thing. There's another company
yeah.
that does
I'll
that.
probably do Uber Eats.
I mean, as long as you and if you don't have to go out and deliver at night and possibly get jacked. I mean, where I'm at, it's not really a big problem. But I mean, I'm sure there.
It is not well. The area I'm in is more by the I guess by the better part of town. I guess.
All right. Well, see, if you get a job and then you just kind of set your own hours that way. If you have a car, and you could do it that way.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, it's one of those things. 8 people watching. I guess I've knocked people out with the anime talk. Apologies to all you people. They're like, "What the hell is he talking about? I don't care about this." Ah,
Talk about more titties.
talk about titties. Titties. Everybody loves tits. That's. I keep telling certain people that if they want to sell books, incorporate boobs or booty into
Yeah,
their
you
into their
get
stuff.
Well, then they'll get a ton of it from me because
Well, I
me.
mean, here's the thing: like you don't necessarily have to make it like ridiculously sexy. Say like my
I don't.
character. But if you have any beautiful girl, and you have really masculine looking man, not just some schmucks that look as banal as anybody else you see on the street or even worse, incorporate like pinups and stuff into your campaign. Pay for them, and you can find good artists that you can get pretty good pinups for not a ridiculous amount of money. People are like, they're going to charge you like $150 to $200. I'm like, yeah, it's original art. What the hell are you talking about? It's an investment so that you get the investment back, and then that's how you do it. Or you get a good artist who wants to become part of the project, and you pay him. Uh, you work something out. It's one of those things that it just seems obvious. You just incorporate a pretty girl usually, and people want to look at it. So I really incorporated a pretty girl. No, I really did. This next books that was coming up, and after I get this other one delivered, you're going to meet some of my other characters, and the craziness will be amped up. It'll be like taking a roid with crank and
Viagra.
crack and
Yeah,
Viagra, just making it a big cocktail to where just it's going to go crazy. I'm just warning you. All right, let's look at what we got. Where we're sitting at. We got 40. We're looking 20. I'm going to give you 25 minutes or so. So
Yeah. Well, I'm not getting colors on this. I'm not gonna make it there.
we got Manny still here. Did he drop? I think Manny dropped. Where'd he go?
Saw the competition.
Well, Humble's got hers going pretty good. Yeah, nice. Illustrator Monk. Things are coming along just fine. Beautiful. Pablo Romero is. I'm seeing portions. There's a girl flying up. Very nice. Very nice. Yep. That's very nice, man. Digging it. Very cool. And Ryan just definitely got a look going on. Where did Manny go? Oh, there he's back.
Yeah.
Manny's back. Back again.
Manny, come back.
My computer decided to update.
Oh, likely story. Yeah, Ryan's got it going on right here. This looks very much like a very Viking-esque. And like I was saying, we got the boobies going on. This could sell a book. I'm telling you right now. And then we got a Daniel Tech corner, more boobies, and I'm not sure what kind of bike this is, but it's another vacuum bike because that front looks kind of like it might be vacuuming something.
Well, you said futuristic, so I just did something with like, oh,
okay, so that's an anti-grav, like an Asgardian anti-grav unit. All right, I get it.
It's kind of I don't know if anybody remembers Wonder Woman. They had changed to the point where their technology was like fucking insane. And,
does anybody know what happened to the indivisible plane that Wonder Woman used to fly around with? I mean, did they just scrap that?
I think they got destroyed in a big crossover thing.
Oh yeah, and like the Crisis on Infinite Farts. Yeah,
probably. No, actually, no. It was when Amazon's attack or some stupid shit like that.
That's too bad.
When good Amazons go bad.
That's right. That's right. When Amazons go wild.
And I was about to say that, man. I'm like,
that's right. Themyscira. That's the Themyscira edition.
Yeah, it's if I remember correctly, a revived Hippolyta was corrupted and some mind control shit. And
damn that Hippolyta being corrupted. I'd like to corrupt her myself, actually. But yeah. Did you guys know that the original Amazons, according to the stories, were missing one of their breasts? They cut off one of their breasts so they could fire a bow better because it wouldn't flick their titty.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's a completely different Archer's paradox, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I was watching some cam girl. Can't remember her name. She's redheaded, like really milky skin. But apparently she was at some Renaissance fair and she shot that exact thing happened. Like she shoots a bow and like she's in this like little diaphanous dress to making her look like a fairy. And then the first thing she does is like, ow, because she like went right across her nipple and she's like, my nipple.
Man, it's bad enough getting it across your forearm. I can't imagine it like scraping across your boob.
Oh, geez, no kidding. I've shot enough bows in my life to know the like we used to put the forearm guard on, and you had the little glove that would protect your fingers on the string, and then usually you had a shirt on or something, because But I mean, if you had a boob that stuck out, which you usually don't, unless you're like really buff or whatever. But yeah, you get like 100-pound pole on that, and that thing runs across your nipple. That would hurt. That, oof, geez, I can't even imagine. But yeah, that was. I remember seeing that. I can't remember the name of that girl. She's done like full on nude things. Why is my brain not working? Bloom, Emily Bloom. If you guys want to see it in her timeline, where she. Plus, she has. She's beautiful anyway. She's like milkmaid, like white skin. Which is bad. No, apparently, that's bad. It's terrible. Why haven't been white boxed on Daniel's thing? Gee, what
the... Hey, I'm getting to love this
Yeah, Manny still hasn't got his image up. All I see is his icon of Skunk Girl.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Humble's making her Valkyrie kind of a brown skin. It's very nice. Nice. A little bit of diversity in here. I don't mind that, actually. And she's not a mermaid, so I'm down with it. So. All right.
Apparently, Disney was trying to manufacture Rage. They
I think that
apparently nobody was really giving a shit, and so Disney.
I don't really give a shit about anything Disney does anymore. But I do think, as a person who's that actually is my heritage. They culturally appropriate the stories of Hans Christian Andersen, and I'm pretty sure that Hans Christian Andersen would have seen them in a certain light, considering the time period. But man, who knows? It is what it is, and they own the property. Well, it's in public domain, so they can do whatever they want with it. So
their property, yeah.
They can do anything they want with their version of it. So whatever,
I was like, I wasn't really caring too much, and I heard some people were like, "Oh, well, you're being butthurt because," no, it's like, no, it's we call it tokenism. It's like, well, token, I guess tokenizing. It's like it's actually kind of worse than just not having the character be whatever. I'm like, and on top of that, you're disrespecting the material, the culture that this came from.
Well, I mean, again, like it's fine. I mean, with all the people, howling cultural appropriation, the only culture you can really bastardize seems to be, European culture. But whatever, and that's fine. So we can handle it, us Europeans, because we're the devil.
Apparently, which is weird because the most amount of racism I've ever encountered in my life is actually from other people of color. I've never had too much problems with white people ever.
Well, I try to be. I mean, as just for myself, and the thing is, the only thing you have control over is your own personal self. It's individuality, personal responsibility, and I mean, there's no other. When people start collectivizing a group, I mean, you get good, bad, and everywhere in between in every group. So, I mean, that's just a stupid way to look at things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give justice nor equality to anybody because none of us are equal in anything. We're not. Some of us are better at stuff, and some of us are worse.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us are short, and some of us tall, fat. All that stuff. Nobody's equal. So all you have to do is all you can try to do is to make a quality of opportunity, a quality of outcome ends up invariably every time in tyranny and in totalitarian authoritarian rule. If you try to do it that way, every time, because
anyway, like that made titties.
What?
Like what? Even anyways, no politics like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely straying into ideology and philosophy now. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, listeners. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. 9 people watching now. 16 likes. Appreciate that. And titties, always titties and boobies. And the JJs. I'm very fond of the JJs actually, as long as they're well taken care of and groomed and so forth.
Yeah, you don't want it so it's like a horse lips eating a sugar cube.
This is right. No low hanging meat curtains or anything like that. It's a little scary sometimes. Get lost in that. Spread it out like a large Mothra. Whatever.
Who ordered Arby's?
That's right. Simon, SIM, Pothier. Why aren't you in here? You're an artist. Jeez, man. Yeah, giving you your propers though. Who did we lose? Pablo again? No, we lost Manny for a minute. It's just Manny. Michael Beacon. She parked it somewhere and couldn't find it. Not sure what he's talking about. All right. A lot of public domain mermaids were blonde, according to Humble Marty. Okay. And she says it's like salt in an open rope burn. Oh, dang.
Oh, the arrow.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Flithammer says the real question is, what's Disney gonna do once they remake all their animated films, reanimate all their live action films?
Isn't that essentially what they've done? I think the only one left is the Hunchback of Notre Dame and Pocahontas.
Now they got quite a few more. I mean, but
Unless it's somehow gonna live action Mickey Mouse, which I seriously doubt it. But
I want them to do a live action Song of the South just so people.
No, I want them to animate Old Yeller.
Oh, oh man, splatter and the splatter porn at the end.
Yeah, it's already so sad as it is, but they could crank it up to 11 being animated.
They could definitely. Flit Amaranth also does a jab at me. Political Jimmy speaks, and this is true. I did. I'm sorry. 7 people watching. I chased people away with my political speech. I'm sorry.
Man, start talking about anime again. Bring them back.
Talking about anime.
bring them back.
I really do like some anime. I mean, some of it's like just so much better than a lot of the stuff that comes out of the United States now. It just is. It's when they do the. I mean, as a writer, I like stuff that I can find cohesion. Kill la Kill is not that cohesive, and I've watched several that are kind of in the same vein where it's just, it's just spectacle, like visual stuff, and then like they ramble around, and it's supposed to be funny, and I suppose it is funny, but I think I'm missing some of the cultural subtext to the humor because I'm not Japanese. I really think that's part of it. Because when I watch it, I'm just not sure exactly why. And then half the time their names, I get so lost in their names. I wish they'd just rename them like
Jane.
There's like Joe and Bob and Susan. Just because I can't figure out who the hell is who because they have these long fucking names. Rotesuki Joji, and like, God, why do you have to announce yourself every time with the same name? I guess that's so you remember the name. Yeah, so I'm complaining about anime.
Joke because some are just like, okay, because sometimes the joke, their joke is out there, and I get you have to. Sometimes you just have to be Japanese to understand the joke.
Yeah, I guess so. A bullet says, "I keep it short and sweet." What are you talking about? Downstairs? What are you talking about, Bullet?
High and tight, short and sweet.
High and tight, short and sweet. There we go. Back to the panel. Again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we lose somebody? Oh, we lost Humble. Where'd Humble go? Dang it, Humble.
We're losing everybody today.
Well, I think. I think Illustrator Monk is done. Are you done, man?
Yeah, I think I'm done. I can't start anything else like color or ink or brush.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. And
we're gonna finish in time.
We're gonna go to 12 after currently. So this is very nice. I like this. As of course, I like it for one particular reason. Very nice. She's very cute. Not like that. Rumble is back in the chat, back in the panel. You got Marty. Marty, were you finished with your piece or not? I don't know if she can talk.
You mean Humble?
And then we got Manny really rushing to get this done, but it looks like he's getting there. So yeah. Pablo Romero, he's got some good line work in there and some inking. Whoa! Hello.
How you doing?
Can you hear us, or do you hear us like through the broadcast? We'll find out in a minute. And then we got Ryan, and Ryan's done a nice little character here. Very nice. He's hurrying quickly too, getting there. Very, very good.
Through the broadcast.
Through the broadcast, yeah, with the 30-second lag.
Buy an inline mic and headphones. It will save save you a headache or two.
Daniel's definitely he's getting some of the color in on the.
Yeah, but I'm just doing what I can. Like I'm not gonna beat the clock.
I get it. It's a tough one this time. Looks beautiful though. Very good work. Very nice. Yeah, very good. We've had quite the panel come in as trickled in here. I think you guys have done some good work, especially on short notice and hurrying quickly. It's tough when you're just slapping it down, but it shows your skill how you did things quickly. Pablo is in a really quite cool one here. Got the bridge there. Most people won't know that it's the Bifrost Bridge, but that's okay.
I don't think I'm going to color it.
That's all right, man. She definitely does look Thorish with those winged helmet thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she's got the little skirt. Is that skirt or like hot pants on her?
Yeah, it's a skirt.
The skirt right on. And we got some sort of futuristic. No, she's not really futuristic. She's got a knife. She's knifed. The little.
She's like.
Fighting in the arena or something.
Yeah.
Better people.
And this.
I don't know.
Ryan, you really laid down a pretty good character here, real quick.
Oh, thanks, man.
Not bad for super short notice. And good job, guys.
With like a slightly Bruce Timm-esque kind of thing, or Bruce Timm kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got that flavor. I like that. It's good stuff. Anything that has a Bruce Timm kind of. I like that very cheeky face that he does with females a lot of the time.
Yeah, that I'm falling asleep, but I'm sultry look.
Yeah, with the big grin.
Yeah,
he does very cute women. He's done quite a few spicy pinups in his day. Bruce Timm. I've seen some stuff. I was like, whoa, wow, you're professional too. All right, where are we gonna go? Let's go back to the chat real quick. See what's up. It's not the size of the wave, but the motion of the ocean. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're on a waterbed. Nobody of a certain age has ever been on a waterbed, I think.
what's a waterbed?
What's a waterbed? It's a bed that's meant to fuck up your back.
It was advertised as supposed to, as a big alternative to an actual bed.
Oh, like during the 70s, everybody had those beds.
Yeah,
they had water beds all over the place, and they were kind of interesting, but they really weren't the most comfortable thing after a little while. I'd rather have a fern bed any day than something to just wherever your main point of weight sinks in down in deep.
Oh yeah, you're gonna sink like a rock, and that.
So yeah, my parents had one, and that they used it for I don't know a year and a half, and my mom finally said, "Screw this," and got a regular mattress. My dad was like, "Why are we getting rid of this?" And she's like, "I don't like it because it's constantly moving around. Like, makes me feel seasick." I'm like, okay. And I have to admit, when they finally got a regular bed, it was like I was in there all the time. When they weren't in there, I'd be sleeping on their bed. You had this big California king. Be sprawled on this bed, especially when I got to be like 15 or 16. They'd be off work, and I'd be like sleeping on the bed because I can, much better. People were like, "You slept on your parents' bed?" Fuck yeah.
Their bed's way better.
Their bed's way better. Exactly. They weren't shelling out lots of money for my mattress.
Hell no, they're like, here's some foam. Good luck with this.
Exactly.
I'm a parent. I know all too well.
Yeah. So what is this? Humble already says, "I've been on a waterbed. It's bouncy pool wrapped in a beanbag. It's a pretty good description of a water bed. And they, for a while, they did like water beds that were actually inside of a mattress. So they kind of kept the really,
foam.
they kept it for the really motion a little bit better, but it still is a water bed. When you were just sleeping on a big bag full of water. Oh, and then the fun thing is when you like accidentally cut one of those, that would like completely like screw up your whole floor and everything because the water would go everywhere.
Yeah, once anything slits that thing, man, it just goes.
And they were very, they were very tough. I mean, you'd have to do something really sharp and slash it. But I mean, I know plenty of people that had it happen. And like they had like water damage down into their floor. And if it was like in a second floor, it would go down into the next floor underneath because it's like 50, 60, 70 gallons of water. And even more than that, it was probably 100 gallons of water.
Oh yeah, that's a lot, man.
There's a lot of water in those things.
And it's always like somebody jumping on it who didn't know they had a pen on them or something. And
yeah.
Like, how do you not know you have a fucking pin?
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, I guess there's a lot of other fun things you could do on something that's water based. But people just, I don't know. It was an idea that was of its time, like a fucking pet rock.
Yeah, key parties.
Yeah, key parties. Oh, God. Nobody knows what those are.
So I don't know what that is.
A key party was okay. This is back in the days of the swingers. And you go to a party, like all the adults would go to the party, and they were all married usually, and everybody would throw their keys into a big bowl, and then everybody would pull the key out, and whatever key that was to that person, they would take that person's spouse home. Oh. So it's like wife swapping, spouse swapping. Just
different kind of waifu pillows.
Yeah. It was 70s were a different time for a lot of things. And I wasn't part of that because I was a young kid at that point, but I heard about them in the 80s. I was like, that's pretty gross. Why are they doing that for?
Because we can.
I guess because everybody was on Quaaludes and blow, Okay, where was it? Flit Amaranth. Anyone have experience with memory foam mattresses? Yeah, I actually am sleeping on one right now.
Too much problems with them. The one that I have problems with the most was the fucking memory pillow, the memory foam pillow.
Well, the reason I have one is they're quite firm. If you really get a good one, they're firm, but they're not cheap. And then Bullet says, "Yep, the ones in the boxes." Yep, indeed. Humble Marty, you can bounce people off a waterbed if you land on it hard enough. This is true. This is really true.
And the trampoline effect.
Yeah, if you're in the right spot and you jump on the other spot, it'll do the wave and it'll just pop them right off the other side. Yeah, I've seen it. I saw it happen. And Flit Amaranth, you like it, Bullet? I'm not sure what he likes, but Bullet says, yeah, it's really good if you like a foam firm mattress, which I do. I like foam. I like really firm mattresses. That's why I have one of those. I have a triple core foam mattress. Pretty much what I have. Yeah. All right. Where are we sitting at? We've got 1 more minute.
Oh man.
Oh well, I guess I'll stop right here.
I was working on my bike.
I'll give you 10. I'll tell you when we got 10 seconds.
All right.
Keep at it. Keep going. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and yeah. Thank you for your hard work, people on the panel. Let me go back here real quick. We got 6 that came out tonight. Much appreciated. Let's go down the line. I want Manny from Good Dog Press. Tell us what's going on with him and what you can expect.
Well, I I don't know. I had a drawing that I did at work, and totally did not do what I did. I didn't know that it had to be on a motorcycle. Didn't know it had to have a person on there. So this is what I came up with.
It's not bad, dude. For
It is
like,
what it is.
Yeah.
it's not bad, and I'm not going to throw any shade for somebody moving at light speed to get it done. Oh, by the way, Flick, can you put up the poll in the chat, please?
I'll, I'll show
Humble
you
Marty.
I'll show you my sketch tomorrow, and it's like totally different.
Okay. Humble Marty, since we can't talk to her directly, she does do commissions if you want to ask her. She has fun little things she's putting together. This was again a fun little thing that she's done. It's like a vacuum, crystallized vacuum bike or trike or whatever. She's got a battle axe going on, and there's her warrior seems to be a llama or a sheep or some sort of cartoon. We're not sure, but it's got boobs, and so we like it, and it's beautiful. She did the color too. She always brings the color. Illustrator Monk, as usual, Illustrator Monk does
Yeah.
bring the flavor and the funk. Beautiful. What are you doing lately? Tell us. You're with Professor Geek on his book.
Yes. So I am working on Tales from the Stacks. I'm doing one of the 3 stories. My story is A Fire in Winter. Actually started this piece here.
Nice, very cool.
Nice.
So, go back to Manny real quick. Manny does have the Unbreathable Skunk Girl that's in Indiegogo right now. Everybody go out and check that out and back it. Also, go and find this Tales from the
Really good, man.
Stacks and get on that so Illustrator Monk can get paid by Professor Geek, and also you can see his beautiful artwork on the pages. So yeah, that's very cool. Got Pablo Romero. Are you doing a book currently right now? Are you working on something, man?
I'm working on my webcomic, Man Eater.
Man Eater.
Yeah.
Um, um,
I'm also doing something for Michael Beacon.
nice, cool. Look for that stuff out there. Do you do commissions?
Not right now.
Not currently. Okay.
Yeah.
So Paulo Romero does great work, and look for his stuff out there. Man Eater. Go check it out. Is it on Tapas?
On Tapas and Webtoons.
Tapas and Webtoons. Excellent. Going over to Ryan. And Ryan, yeah, what's your book again?
Here, I'll just pull it up quickly here. Doop. So we got Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone. That's on Indiegogo. It's in demand right now, so you can go over there and check it out. There's also a free 16-page preview if you go to caiuscomic.com and sign up for the mailing list.
Right on. Looks good. Everybody go check out Caius and see what Ryan is doing, and then back him. That's cool. Daniel, what are you doing, man?
I will next week. I will be at San Diego Comic Con. I will be at E5 Bare Bones Studio. If you come by, I will have physical copies of my comic, Shattered Crown, 2007, and a couple of prints for Naomi and the Unbelievable Skunk Girl. I am also open for commissions. And you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at the Tech Corner. If you're looking for something not safe for work, you can find me on Ricardo at Ricardo/Tech.
Right on. That's cool. For those of you who don't know, if you don't have access to my chat, please DM me your piece of artwork so I can post it on Twitter, please. Or if you do have access to my chat, just put it in there in the Cheesecake chat. Oh, let's go back to the chat real quick and see. He's put the link up. Flit has, and so please go. You guys on the panel go make your vote so we can get this all put in there and figure out who quote unquote is the winner tonight.
I got a vote.
All right. We got 9 votes currently. Let's go back to the chat real quick. We have 8 people watching now. I don't know how many people we can get to vote, but hopefully we can get some more people voting. I will hold this off till 20 after. We get 3 more minutes to vote. I'm glad you guys showed up. You made the show as when people come in late, even if they come in late, they help us make the show better. It started out slow with me just kind of wandering around, with my thoughts as you guys get into it and start making stuff. And then you come in here, and I kind of think it's funny, like how fast you slap stuff together, even though you don't finish it, but you get things done. Like what you do would take me like, I don't know, 10 hours to figure out, and you just do it much better than I would ever do it. So I always find it extremely impressive when the artist laid stuff down really quickly. And yeah, it's very good, fun stuff. Back to the chat real quick. We got 8 watching still. We're gonna be very. Let's refresh the. We got 10 votes. 10 votes. Fantastic. Let's refresh one more time. Yeah. Okay. And we got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes to vote. Anybody else wants to vote, get it in there. Yeah. Looking good. Oh my gosh, now I have dogs howling because of the Jeez. You'd think I lived in like some, urban center, but I don't. I live in a suburb. All right. Well, we still got 8 watching. And Flithammer says, vote now or forever hold your peace. Let's see what we got. We got, I'll tell you, got the countdown here coming up for the last 10 seconds of whether you can vote or not. It's been an interesting one. I've been roaming around with different things and being political. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I've been boring people. I'm sorry about that because I don't tend to, but we have great art to balance out my ineptitude on the mic. Let's go over and see what we got. I'm gonna refresh this one last time, and we'll we have 10 votes. So at the bottom, but not necessarily because they're bad, because they're not. Pablo and Marty with 0 votes apiece. They take the bronze. Actually, I'm glad you guys are here. And then we with 1 vote apiece with Good Dog Press, Manny, and Ryan Cardinal. You got silver, and at the top with 4 votes apiece, 40% apiece. Daniel Vega of the Tech Corner and Illustrator Monk take the gold.
Hey!
Stand upon the top of the podium with hands held together in unison. Beautiful, fantastic. Oh, that
Excellent work.
That was an interesting result. All right, back. Back.
Last minute, so.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. You're always welcome back to come on the Cheesecake Challenge. I hope I don't challenge you too much with the themes, but you jump on it and you attempt it, and it comes out often looking like really cool, especially even with the short times you guys come in late. I think they all look great. So thank you so much. I'm going to pimp my book one last time for those of you who haven't heard. I do have a book on Indiegogo currently called Little Girl Lethal. If you like sexy action and a lot of, well, I'm going to be honest, it's not for kids. It's a mature book, and it has a lot of violence, a lot of blatant nudity, but it has a good story to go along with it, and you will enjoy it. And we'll have great art by my friend Whiskey Paint from Vladivostok, Russia. It's a vengeance story. If you like that stuff, you like Kill Bill, if you like Sin City, if you like Blade Runner, you're going to dig this sort of thing. It's on Indiegogo, like I said, and you can go check it out there. Thank you for all for coming out tonight. Had a good time as usual. The Cheesecake Challenge is all about having fun and just goofing around. It's not really about who wins or loses. It's nice when you win and all that, but I mean, it's just the camaraderie and networking and sharing each other's projects and the artistic ability of so many people out there in our network and of friends and associates. Appreciate again everybody coming out in the chat, everybody coming out on the panel, and we'll come at you next week, probably on Wednesday. I'll have a new theme, and then will be the 18th episode. We're working towards 20 episodes now, and I've kept this thing going, and the artists have kept this thing going, and I really appreciate it. Everybody want to say anything else before we sign out?
Thanks for showing up.
Thanks for everybody.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Good night, everybody. I'm signing off right now.